Good evening, everyone. Hope everybody is having a good night and had a good day today. It is the weekend. It is Saturday. So hope everybody had a good work week. I'm currently still looking for a job. I'm going to go out Monday and check on some applications and things that I put in. So tonight we're just going to, it's a True Crime After Dark that we usually do most of the times on Saturday nights, or at least every other Saturday night. Kind of a looser format than our case of the week live streams or videos and our missing person Monday videos. Just to talk, of course, I'll have some missing persons to bring to you tonight. We're going to take a look at some assault cold cases, some good news and some cold cases. And because after last night's case of the week, that one was a tough one to get through, but definitely well worth it. And I don't know, I'm back out here. My laptop's not cooperating with me. I can't see the comments. But anyway, so if you didn't watch last night's Case of the Week live stream, please, I encourage you, please watch it. We did feature the Timmy D's case from Fredericktown, Missouri. And I see I'm going to get to comments. I see Miss Barbara is here. Miss Barbara is, for anybody that's new here, in chat now or watching replay, Miss Barbara Hall is Timmy D's mother. And like I said, we featured his case last night and we made it through it. I'm just so still so honored and thankful that Miss Barbara, his mom, and Miss Mary and his aunt and everybody that knows Timmy, trusted me enough to, I hope I did his case justice last night. And so we made it through it. So we're going to kind of, I don't want to say lighten it up tonight, but looser format tonight, as usual, on our True Crime After Dark. So, see who all is here, because, like I said, my swamp signal apparently is not working too well tonight, as Dandy usually calls it. Out here in the country, we have limited cell towers, so. Hello, Michelle C. Michelle C. is here, one of my wonderful mods. Always good to have you here, Michelle. As I said, welcome, Miss Barbara Hall. Always an honor and a pleasure to have Miss Barbara here. I saw Miss Barbara earlier. I was watching some of Mr. Steve's True Crime Webs live earlier. I saw Miss Barbara in there, so glad to have you here, ma'am. Looks like everybody's doing okay. Oh, thank you. Miss Barbara said you did a wonderful job. Thank you. Thank you. That means the world to me, Miss Barbara, that you would say that. I appreciate it so much. I said I just do the best I can with my little horse and pony show here, as I call it, with my phone and my laptop, or most of the time just my phone because my laptop's not working. But anyway, I just do it to the best of my ability to bring awareness to these cases, and I'm glad that that you trusted me with your with Timmy's case and to bring it to you. Welcome. I was just going to mention welcome ArcticFox True Crime. ArcticFox True Crime was gracious enough earlier. I shared talking about Timmy's case. I shared ArcticFox True Crime's video interview that he did with Miss Barbara. And then I put a link to it, or shared the video in my community page today and tagged him. and he was gracious enough to give me a shout out on his page. So I'm extremely grateful for that. Of course, I subscribe to ArcticFox True Crime, and I'll have to get over there and take a look at some more of his content. From what I've seen so far, good stuff, good stuff. So I highly suggest you check out ArcticFox True Crime. Thank you once again, for giving me a shout out. It's truly appreciated. Oh, Mr. Steve is here. Hello, Mr. Steve. Says hello, everyone. Saw somebody give thumbs up. Thank you, sir. I was got to listen to most of your live earlier. Mr. Steve, anybody who is new here who doesn't know, please go check out True Crime Web. Mr. Steve, former law enforcement, former CSI tech. He knows his stuff. Now he and the team go out to help families on cold cases to get some resolution in the search for missing persons. It's always awesome to have Mr. Steve here. It's truly appreciated. I'm going to multitask for a minute, see if I can get my StreamYard on my computer to come back up. So welcome, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve, I hope you're getting some rest, because I know you said last night, you mentioned you drove like 1,100 miles in 15 hours yesterday. So bless your heart, Mr. Steve. You get some much needed rest. Nope. I think I'm hitting stuff that oh yeah, Miss Barbara, says talking to ArcticFox. Thank you for being here. I love you. Yeah, that interview you did with ArcticFox was amazing. That was where I got a lot of my information from that I used. And I think I did put his link, ArcticFox link, in the description box of the video last night. So please, anybody who hasn't watched it, please watch it. It's about 2.5, 3 hours long, but you may have to watch it in chunks. Please watch it. Please share it. Anything you can do to get my video, ArcticFox's interview video that he did with Miss Barbara. Share anything you can, any videos you can find on Timmy's case to get Timmy's name out there, keep his name out there. Miss Barbara is still fighting for justice for Timmy. You can find the video or the live stream I did last night. I put it under my unsolved cold cases playlist because, in my opinion, the case is not solved until they can give Miss Barbara, and this is just my opinion, till they can give Miss Barbara some answers on, one way or the other, what happened to Timmy, then this case, in my opinion, this case is not closed. But that's just my opinion. So, but I know I pretty much know that Miss Barbara agrees with me. Once again, I'm multitasking. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Oh, we'll see. ArcticFox gets Mr. Steve Seal's approval. Says ArcticFox, great humor on my list of people to sit down with for coffee. That's good enough for me. If Mr. Steve endorses ArcticFox, that is good enough for me. Yeah, like I said, I watched Miss Barbara's the interview he did with Miss Barbara and a couple of other things, and I'm gonna get back over there and start watching some more stuff. That's true. ArcticFox says we all got to support each other. Absolutely, absolutely. We couldn't. None of us creators, and I always say this. I still have trouble calling myself a creator, but all of the fellow creators and the communities that we have, and I think a lot of us have shared communities, shared members. It takes all of us, we can't do it by ourselves. And the more of us creators and communities, good folks out there who sit and listen to me, Babylon, and listen to Mr. Steve with all his expert knowledge and ArcticFox and everybody else, that's what we have to do to get these stories out there. Welcome back, Unu. Good to have you here again. I believe you were here last night, or I forgot how many live streams I've done this week. All my days are blending together this week for some reason. I don't know. I think it's because I haven't been working and got back into the old habit of, because all the jobs I'd had in my when I was younger were overnight jobs or evening jobs. So I was used to working late nights and sleeping late during the day, sleeping in till 10 o'clock or noon or later if I worked an overnight shift, which I did an overnight shift at Wally World for about 3 years. So since haven't been working right now, my days and nights are mixed up again. So I'll have to get back into the habit of depending on what I do, I might can find a job with work evening shift. But I've got back into the habit of staying up all night, wanting to sleep all day. Let's see. Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Michelle put in True Crime Web, Mr. Steve's link. Michelle, if you can snatch ArcticFox's link, you can put his link in there in the chat. I do have it in the description box, but you can throw it in chat. And any other creators that we have, if anybody else that's here has a channel that we don't know about, let us know. And Michelle can throw the link in there. Oh, she might have already have the. Yeah, she's got the Mob Crew's chat in there. Chris, the Mob Crew, another great channel that I watch. I'm very picky about my channels that I watch. It has to be the ones like Mr. Steve and the Mob Crew and Miss Frankie at the Think Tank, and the ones who do it for the right reasons. You guys know what I'm talking about. All the good ones, the sincere ones. Welcome, Get a Look See. Get a Look See was here last night too, I believe. Nice to have y'all back. I love it. I love seeing new names in here, plus all my regulars, my familiar names. Yeah, Michelle's got ArcticFox's link in there. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. Like I said, I don't know what my laptop's not doing anything tonight. I hope it'll at least bring up the articles that I want to read from tonight. Sorry if I'm leading into the screen, but I'm having to read from my little phone screen right now to see. Yeah, absolutely. ArcticFox says they suck in Madison County. Two self-harm overruled after independent autopsy, and one of them was found rolled up in a rug in the attic. Yes, I'm going to start digging into those Fredericktown, Madison County cases and start featuring those. Durante Martin case will probably be, and I don't know, I know Miss Kimberly, his grandmother was in here last night for when we were going over Timmy's case last night. But I'm going to definitely look into Durante will probably be next for this coming Friday. And then I'm going to start making my way through all the other ones. It's just unbelievable what's going on up there. And unfortunately, that stuff happens a lot in small towns. I mean, I can't speak for, up in Missouri, although I'm in Arkansas, so I'm just right below there. But down, I talked a little bit about it last night. Down here in Arkansas, has been for a while, substance manufacturing and sale and use of, different things go on. And unfortunately, I'm not saying all law enforcement, but in a lot, some cases, I don't even want to say a lot, but in some cases, sorry, I'm multitasking again. In some cases, unfortunately, some of these substance producers and sellers have more power than, not that they so much have more power than law enforcement, but they have a lot of money to throw around. And unfortunately, sometimes some of the law enforcement gets sucked in and they're getting into the back pockets of some of these bad guys. And it's just very hard situation. Very, very hard. I think I got my computer up for a minute. Yep. You knew said they were there last night. Yep. I try to keep up with everybody. Oh, there's a new name, Amy Smith. Welcome. Said Southern Gal True Crime. Hi, hello, hello. Welcome, Amy. And for any new faces, I say faces, avatars, new names, new faces, new avatars. Please, if you don't mind, you could let us know how you found us. Some of it may be from other channels, or it could be from Facebook. I mean, a lot of true crime or cold case missing persons Facebook groups now. And I know I don't know if Chris Gideon is here, but he shares my videos that and live streams that I do in a lot of the groups that I'm in for me. So thank you, Chris, for that, and anybody else who shares. Because I'm going to be talking tonight a little bit about one of the cases. It's going to be like a preview of at some point. It's going to be one of my cases of the week, and it's the Olivia Fowler. And Miss Tamara is her aunt, and she's in one of the co-case groups that I'm in. And today would be Olivia's 29th birthday, I believe. So I wanted to, she put just a beautiful post on in the group and on her page. So I just wanted to kind of highlight, talk about Olivia's case a little bit tonight. But I will definitely, at some point in the near future, it's going to be a full on case of the week, either live stream or video, most likely live streams. So welcome, welcome. I got sidetracked, sorry, as usual. Anybody who's watched my lives know I get sidetracked. As Barbara says, you knew is awesome. Yeah, like I said, if there's any, because with the new faces and people coming in, if any of you guys, when I say guys, I mean guys and gals, have a YouTube channel or anything, just let us know, and Michelle can either snag it now and put it in, or I'll write it down and I'll find your channel on YouTube and I'll start linking it. I have no problem with that. Like ArcticFox says, we all have to work together. Ooh, excuse me. My supper's wanting to. I had a. Sorry. I had a fish supper from one of our local restaurants tonight. It's very good. I ate way too much fried catfish, but once I start eating that catfish, I can't stop. Plus all the fixings and the sides that go with it. Yes, absolutely. Luke C says, thank you for all your support, ArcticFox, True Crime Web, all of you, too numerous to mention. Yeah, there are so many. Like I said, I'm picky about my true crime creators that I watch. Obviously, Mr. Steve is right up there at the top. Chris from the Mob Crew, Miss Frankie, the Think Tank, ArcticFox. The ones who do it for the right reasons and not do it for the clickbait and the sensationalization of it. The drama. Here we have no BS, no drama. We just stick to the facts. It everybody's opinion is welcome. All we ask is that you respect everybody's opinion, because on some things, there are going to be differences of opinion, but everybody's opinion is welcome here. You just got to respect each other and the victims and the victims' families, always. But I find that, I don't know, on my channel, I guess maybe because I don't really cover what they call the whole high profile cases. I don't get lucky. So far, I've been lucky enough to not have a lot of trolls or any, big disagreements and rudeness or anything in my chats. All my people are good peoples. So I am lucky like that. I'm almost caught up in comments, and I promise we'll get started. We're almost 20 minutes in once again, and oh, and once again, as soon as I was fixing to highlight a comment, I got to find it. Mr. Steve had a excellent. Sorry, I'm leaning in again, but I'm trying to find Mr. Steve's comment that I was fixing to highlight and read. Uh, Mhm. Bear with me, guys. There it is. Mr. Steve says, "Never forget your roots. You're guaranteed to meet the people on the way down. You met on the way up. Absolutely. I'm going to steal that from you, Mr. Steve. No, absolutely. Never forget where you came from, where you started out from. In any facet of life, you can apply that to, not just here on YouTube, in every facet of life. Uh, we can always count on some words of wisdom from Mr. Steve. Yep, yep, yep. Excellent. Oh gosh, how could I forget Mind of Monsters? Yes, Amy says she found this channel from Mind of Monsters. Yes, Mind of Monsters. Sunshine is outstanding. Yeah, so Michelle, I know you're doing she's beat me to that. She's already got it in there. Mind of Monsters link. Yes, Mind of Monsters is another excellent channel. Does it for all the right reasons. And I don't know if any of you guys are watching the night that mom, I call it mom for short, momster, her son, and I believe it's his girlfriend. They live in Nashville. I think Mind of Monsters lived there for about 20 years. And her son and his girlfriend were down looking, it was before they found Raleigh strain, of course. And then all of a sudden the big commotion went on, and there were fire trucks and police everywhere. And, people were wondering if they had found Raleigh, but just and his parents were actually there that night, they said, but just the amount of respect and everything that Mind of Monsters and her son, and I think her name was Jen, and not showing, they didn't show the parents' faces on camera. They stayed back out of the way, were very respectful. And I mean, I just sat there for a couple of hours, however long they were on, and just watched and was just in awe of how they were handling that situation, being there. And once again, so yeah, Mind of Monsters is most excellent. Another one of my favorites. Yeah, ArcticFox says people are already going off the rails. Sorry, once again, I'm multitasking. Are already going off the rails with Riley's case. Conspiracy theories are flying about him being a victim of the smile of. Yes, I saw that. He's going to be another Kylie Rodney. Yeah, I don't know who was doing a live. It may have been Chris Mob Crew. Maybe the live he did. I was watching. No, I was watching some of it live, and I was, watching chat, and I don't know how many people brought up the smiley face and it's just ridiculous. I mean, of course, none of us know what happened to Riley, but in my opinion, alcohol and water don't mix. And then you have the video footage of he fell and, banged his head on that concrete, and just it's dark down there, and you saw how steep that bank is. I think it's just all an unfortunate storm of events that came together, and it was just a horrible, horrible accident, horrible tragedy. But yeah, I agree with you, ArcticFox. They're going to turn that one into a circus, and I hate, I hate it, I hate it, I do. But I said I do have I think a brief article about Riley, but just when they found him and everything, not any wild conspiracy theories or anything like that going on. But yeah, it's so infuriating to me and unfortunate when they take. Oh wow, I didn't know that. ArcticFox says he's in Arkansas too. Wow, I'm in Central Arkansas. If you don't mind, you can tell me. You don't have to tell me exactly, obviously, but just what part of Arkansas are you in? That is cool. I thought that when I listened to your live stream, your interview you did with Miss Barbara, that I detected a southern that accent was really familiar. that southern accent. But yeah, that is awesome. It is a small world, most definitely. That is cool. Yeah, I don't know if you're north, south, east, west. Like I said, I'm in central Arkansas, so uh yeah, that's awesome. Yep. And ArcticFox says Mind of Monsters is another great channel. Absolutely. I love Mind of Monsters. Oh, Mr. C says when I get caught up, I'm going to Arkansas. Excellent. Just let me know, sir, when you're here. I would love to be able to get together with you, even for a brief moment, and speak to you. Just say hi, meet you in person. That would be awesome. Awesome, awesome, sir. We would love to have you in Arkansas. I don't know if you're talking about to look into any cases or just passing through, but either way, we'll take it. We'll take it. I'll take it. Most definitely. So I think I'm getting caught up. But like I said, on True Crime After Dark, it's a little bit looser, gives me a chance to chat with you guys about stuff. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So ArcticFox says, I won't put it on screen, ArcticFox, unless you say it's okay because you put near. I've definitely heard of where you said you're talking to Mr. Steve. Said you'll have to let me know if you're near, because I know I never, of course, who's going to worry about little old me sitting here, but I don't give out my exact location, city or town I live in, especially since it's so small. But yeah, I definitely know where that town is. Lots of stuff goes on in your neck of Arkansas, ArcticFox, in that area with the I started calling it the one of the Bermuda Triangles of true crime. Lots of stuff happens up that way, and with the Ozark National Forest down through there, and the Washita and the 40 running through there, and all the weird bodies that are found and things that go on it that way. It's another crazy place. Said I have my theories about that because like I said, you got two national forests. You got the Ozark National Forest to the north, and Washita to the south, and then you got 40, Interstate 40 that runs right through there. It's unfortunately, a perfect place for a dumping ground, for lack of a better word. I hope I don't sound crass when I say that, but that's what it is. Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. Got Mind of Monsters link in there for me. Yep, definitely. You knew. I almost said emu. I was thinking about the stupid. Was it the emu commercials for the whatever insurance or whatever that is? You knew. So you'll have to check. Yes, definitely check out all the channels that Michelle's putting the links in for me. I think I see Dandy here too. I got to get down to her, my other wonderful mod. And that's something I always forget. Dandy Linus. Let me get to your. There's my Dandy. Dandy Linus says, hello, everyone. Thanks for spending time with us. Absolutely. Thank you so much to Dandy. She has taught me so much, helped me so much. Now she's maybe against her will. She became one of my go to mods. Michelle C., another one. And I always forget to thank, my mods. Because I usually don't. When I think about, having to have mods or needing to have mods, I think about all these big channels, like Mr. Steve's channel, Chris's channel, everybody else has got, all these thousands of subscribers. And I'm like, but, I couldn't, I wouldn't be able to put the links in, sitting here while I'm trying to, you see, I'm having trouble multitasking here, trying to keep my laptop going and read comments. But thank you, Dandy. Thank you, Michelle. I think Dave and Junior are honorary mods. They have riches too. They can be our bouncers just in case we ever do get any trolls or any troublemakers in here. They can bounce them out. I think Dandy would make a good, and probably Michelle too, make a good bouncer if we ever get any trolls in. Like I said, I've been lucky so far. We haven't had any problems. Oh, Dandy says she's watching live music. Can't hear, but I'll wing it. If you can read lips, who are you watching? What kind of live music are you listening to? I haven't been to a concert in so long. I've got like concert withdrawals. I need a good concert. Outstanding, outstanding. ArcticFox is River Valley, hour from Fayetteville. Oh yeah, so you're more north of Fort Smith then. Absolutely, I definitely know where Fayetteville is. I haven't been there in a while, but I used to go to Razorback games there at Fayetteville a lot. Awesome, awesome. Another Arkansan. Love our Southern folk. We love everybody. We love our Southern folks too, because Mr. Steve is somewhere in Georgia. I think and he and Mrs. Steve are in the process of moving down to Florida to be with the grandbabies. So we love having everybody here. Doesn't matter where you're from. I'm just trying to get caught up in comments, and then we'll get started. I'll quit babbling. Absolutely. Dandy says, thank you for supporting our friends. They are like family. Yes, ma'am. We are all family. Sorry, I'm reading the. Absolutely. Mr. Steve says, I've always been amazed by the quantity and quality of the flyers put up by creators like Mind of Monsters, ArcticFox, Mississippi Granny. I haven't heard of Mississippi Granny. I'll have to check her out. Much respect to all of you for doing what you do. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I think I'm caught up in the comments. Like I said, I don't know if so I might have to go full screen for a minute so I can get my slideshow up. Oh, got the wrong layout going. Hold on. There we go. All right, let me see if I can go. No, I don't want to do new layout. It's hard when I'm trying to pick away on my little phone screen. Okay, so I'll stop babbling for a minute. I think I got caught up in comments for a minute. I said we talked a little bit about Raleigh Strain. They found him. That, like we were talking about earlier. Horrible, horrible case, tragedy. Like I said, in my opinion, a horrible, unfortunate series of events, perfect storm of things coming together. And so we'll talk just a little bit about him. I watched, it just broke my heart when when the family did their press conference for all the family, but when his mom was up there and, she said, no, hug your babies for me tonight. I was in tears. I don't know how she got up there and did that, but thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to all of Riley's family. Sebastian Rogers, they're still another one from Tennessee. They're still looking for him. And I believe I read, because I was checking for updates on some stuff just not too long before I got on here. The Cajun Navy has now sent a team down to a canine dog and some, that's probably all they need, unless they have any water to search. I've sent a team down with a canine to help look for Sebastian. Anybody who has not heard of the Cajun Navy, they do awesome work. They're out of Louisiana. Of course, being from Arkansas, I've always heard and seen what the Cajun Navy has done. They have come, they go anywhere, but they have come to over here to Arkansas or up here to Arkansas many times when we've had natural disasters, floods. They're very good at water rescue. They're good at everything, but very good at water rescue, search and rescue in water. They just do absolutely amazing work. Shawna Garber, we're going to talk about that case. Thanks to, I haven't seen Dave. I think he said he's going to do another late night, really early morning like he did last night, live stream. Brought this to my attention. Shawna Garber, before she was identified, she was known as Grace Doe. And this was in the Missouri area. I did a video because here, maybe a year ago with that, and maybe not that long, they were trying to they got her identified, her remains identified, and then they were trying to link her as a victim or see if she was a victim of a Dennis Rader of BTK. And they thought, that there's a pretty good possibility that she could be, a possible victim of BTK. But apparently, according to Dave, what he brought my attention to, out on the prowl, please go check out Dave, Dandy or Michelle, if you can throw Dave's link in there. Apparently they have a suspect. Now I haven't read a whole lot about it. I found one article that kind of explained how they linked a person who is apparently deceased now, who they think is responsible for Shawna Garber's death. So I'll read that article to you. Like I said, I have a little on Olivia Fowler, who is Miss Tamara. She is in, I said earlier, for anybody who wasn't here, in one of the Facebook groups I'm in. Olivia is her niece. Olivia gone missing. They did find her remains. But apparently that case is nowhere close to being resolved. And I'm going to have to private message Miss Tamara on Facebook and get some more details about that to see where that case is at. And that will, Olivia's case will definitely be one of my cases of the week. Yes, Miss Barbara says, I'm assuming you're talking about Riley's mom. Says, I could feel her pain. So sad. Absolutely. Just, I don't know how she did it. I was bawling. I ain't ashamed to say that I cried. I was in tears. I don't know. I couldn't. Yeah, Dandy. Amy was wondering the same thing. What kind of live music? Yes. Yep. Yes, ArcticFox says Cajun Navy is involved in the search. They found blood and tape while searching earlier. Cadaver dogs hit during the searching, but so far they haven't found Sebastian. Yeah, I think maybe it was Chris at the Mob Crew. Once again, he put up a little short 5-minute video saying something to that effect, that cadaver dogs had hit on something. So I just, we always want to keep hope alive, but I just don't have a good feeling about little Sebastian, unfortunately. And I know people are questioning his parent, or the mom and the stepdad. Like I said, I don't get into that whole, like parent blaming or speculation. We'll see what happens. But yeah, there's a lot of people with that case too that think that something may be up with, but like I said, the most important thing is finding Sebastian. Like I said, hopefully alive and well somewhere, but if not, at least finding his remains, bringing him home, finding out what did happen, and then go from there. Yep, another sad case. Absolutely. Miss Barbara says, R.I.P. Riley, prayers for the family and friends. Yes, ma'am. Here's Miss Teresa Bright. Welcome, Miss Teresa. You're not late. You're fine. I said we're 38, almost 40 minutes in already, and I hadn't even started. I'm just enjoying chatting with everybody, reading everybody's comments. So welcome, Miss Teresa. You were here last night when we were doing the Timmy's case. So welcome back. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, that was the wrong one, but Miss Barbara's saying hello to my comments jump. Yeah, ArcticFox says, I don't get into the drama, but the stepdad admitted to taking a belt to Sebastian before, and that's definitely not a good look for me. Yeah. And I think, because other than any updates on Sebastian himself, I've kind of, but I have watched a couple of other creators and some news that said something to that effect about the stepdad, and they were questioning whether or not, because said he was in, I believe, in Memphis, working on the, because he's like a crane operator or some kind of construction, and they've been doing work on this St. Jude Children's Hospital in Memphis, which I know very well exactly where that is. And people are questioning whether they think he was really there and how much time he actually spent at home. And yeah, there's just a whole bunch of I won't say drama, but turning into drama around that. But yeah, I say we'll just wait and see what they find. Hopefully they'll find Sebastian, like I said, one way or another. Thank you, Dandy. Please be sure to hit that like button while you're here. It helps the channel, that most definitely. Oh my goodness. Get a look see says my daughter is pretty distraught over Riley. She was dear friends with him. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. Thoughts, prayers, and good vibes for you and your daughter. I didn't know you were that close to this case. Yeah, it's just a horrible, horrible, horrible. So you and your daughter and anybody else, everybody else, friends, family of Riley and everybody, thoughts, prayers, and good vibes. Teresa says she's glad to be here. We're glad to have you back here again, Miss Teresa. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments again, so we'll see what we got going on. Oh, yeah, I see I did a slide and everything, ArcticFox, so I wouldn't forget to give you a shout out. Once again, another shout out. Thank you to ArcticFox True Crime for, sorry, I thought I heard my cat coming in back there, for giving my little channel a shout out on their channel. So yes, guys, definitely go check out ArcticFox. I'm going to get back over there maybe tonight, depending on how long I'm on here tonight. Get over and watch some more of his stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. So, and I found this talking about not blaming people, whether it be victims or families, on the Arkansas Justice Project. And now I don't know where they got this meme from or this beautiful, but on the left there it says, blaming the victim is an act of refuge and self-deception. It allows the blamer to sit in judgment, imagining some mystical justice that means bad things only happen to bad people, thus ensuring their own safety. And then on the right, Justice Project, Arkansas Justice Project said, we see you, we believe you, we support you, thank you to those who continue to advocate for the rights of victims. We love you more than words could ever express. And I thought that was just a beautiful sentiment. It basically encompasses everything that I strive to do on my channel and all the other channels that I trust and that I watch. No matter, evil does not discriminate. It goes after all manner of people, no matter rich, poor, whatever the situation may be. Evil does not discriminate. It hits, everybody, and we cannot blame the victims or the victims' families. It's just, so I just thought that was a lovely, lovely sentiment there. All right, we have, this comes from the Morgan Nick Foundation Facebook page, and this is little, I hope I don't butcher this name, Solma Violet Chalk Muku. She went missing from Bryant, Arkansas on March 15th. She is just 15 years old. She is a Hispanic female, 5'4", 120 pounds, with brown hair, black eyes. So if you have any information regarding Sula, her disappearance, just share this, share. But if you do have any information, please contact the Bryant Police Department at 501-847-0211. And she doesn't, in that picture, look at that little face there. She doesn't even look 15 years old. Maybe as I get older, teenagers to me look like little kids now, but just, oh, a beautiful little face. So please, like I said, share these missing, if nothing else. This is an older one. and I might have to lean into the screen to read it. Ronnie Paul Russell, he went missing on November 24th, 2010 from Batesville, Arkansas. He was 29 years old, 5'11", 180 pounds, brown hair, green eyes. He has scars on his face, arms, and chest, tattoos, a snake on his forearm, his children's feet on his back, and the name, I think it's Cindy. It's so small I can't hardly read it. On the side of his neck. And this is basically all the information. This came from the Charley Project. I had it bookmarked on my phone to share. But he was last seen in Batesville on November 4th, 2010. He was staying with an uncle at the time. He left his uncle's residence. He went into the woods, and he never returned. And he's never been heard from again. And like I said, basically that's all the information. So if you have any information about Ronnie, please contact the Independence County Sheriff's Office at 870-793-8878. So with him, it's always hard to say, though. It's just that he says he left his uncle's residence, went to the woods, and never returned. To me, that would either be he was just going out for a walk and had an accident and passed, or possibly self-harm. Like I said, with so little details, I hate to, speculate, but at any rate, his name needs to be out there so he is not forgotten. And this is Katie Ferguson, and I do have, because I can't read that really little writing, an article. This is a horrible case. There's a lot more to this case than just Katie being missing. Sure, find the right article. So Katie was last seen on December 5th, 2023 in Truman, Arkansas. And from memory, from when I had this missing poster on my phone when I could blow it up, she and her husband, estranged husband, boyfriend, and I think either their 2 or 3 children were on a cross-country trip. They had started in Alabama. We're heading to Wyoming. I think he was maybe from Wyoming. She was last seen on, Katie was last seen on body cam footage in Truman, Arkansas. They got stopped for some reason. But I'm going to read the article because the article actually came up. It gives a lot of more information. And this is from NBC News, and it is from, what's it from? December of 2023. And it says, relatives of the mother of 2 who vanished on a trip from Alabama to Wyoming are desperate for answers about what has happened to her. Catherine Katie Ferguson, 33, was last seen October 5th by police in Arkansas as a passenger in the vehicle of her on-again, off-again boyfriend. And he was, I don't know, still is probably under investigation for her disappearance. Adam Shane Aviles Jr. of Cody, Wyoming, has not been charged in the disappearance. He was arrested on a charge of felon in possession of ammo, according to a criminal complaint filed November 13th of last year, 2023. Authorities in Wyoming said a search of his 1999 Dodge Durango turned up dried blood, a loaded firearm magazine, and they have in parentheses projectile hole, bullet hole basically, in the front passenger door, according to the complaint. Multiple attempts to reach Aviles' attorney were unsuccessful. The complaint said that on November 2nd, a person whose initials are MH contacted the Cody Police Department to report her daughter, Katie Ferguson, missing. Katie's sister Amanda confirmed to NBC News on Friday their mother is Mona Hartling, and the person listed as MH is the one who called in. She said her younger sister had been living in Alabama since May, having left her home state of Wyoming for a fresh start to live with family and get away from Aviles, who she alleged had been DV during their relationship. Amanda says she was scared of him. She didn't want the girls around him. But Katie had recently contacted Aviles to get her and take her to Cody after she had a relapse with substances, apparently. The pair, along with their two daughters, were making the cross-country trip. It was not clear when they left. The girls, ages 1 and 4, are now staying with their paternal grandmother. The day her mother reported Katie missing, Aviles told Cody police that she was not missing, but did not want to have contact with her mother. This is according to the complaint. 2 days later, Wyoming's Park County Sheriff's Office deputies found Aviles's Durango abandoned in a rural area near Cody. Trash bags were blocking the windows, and deputies broke in because of the vehicle owner's connection to a person who had been reported missing, which is Katie. Deputies wanted to make sure there was no one who required medical attention inside. A law enforcement officer indicated, quote, he could smell the odor of putrefied blood inside the Durango. The passenger seat was missing, and there were cleaning wipes inside, according to the court document. A firearm magazine loaded with live ammo was near the vehicle's center console. And there was also what appears to be a projectile hole in the front passenger door. As deputies investigated the vehicle, Aviles approached with a gas can. He told deputies it was his Durango and that it was out of gas. Before he returned to Wyoming, Aviles had at least 3 other interactions with police, investigators determined. The circumstances and outcomes of those encounters were not clear Friday night, and the complaint did not provide specifics. The first was October 5th in Truman, Arkansas. It says that Katie was present in the passenger seat, and Aviles was operating the vehicle. There was no projectile hole in the passenger side door on body cam video. The Texas State Patrol interacted with Aviles on October 9th. A body camera review of that incident showed Katie was not in the vehicle, and a projectile hole in the passenger door was concealed with tape. On October 11th, Aviles encountered Colorado State Patrol in Ferguson. Katie was not in the Durango. Aviles was operating the vehicle during each of the 3 encounters. He was convicted of substance possession in 2017 in Park County, Wyoming. Amanda Ferguson says she last spoke to Katie on September 24th of 2023. And it was, according to her, it was not a pleasant conversation because she was mad at her for Katie getting back with this Aviles character. She described her sister as a goofball and a doting mother who would never miss her youngest daughter's first birthday, which was late last month. She remains hopeful that her sister is alive, but worries that evidence is pointing to the contrary. She says, I still have a little bit of hope, but with all the evidence I've heard, if Katie is still alive, I just want her to know that we love her and miss her and we are here for her. But if she isn't, I want to know where she's at so I can properly say goodbye to her. Our whole family would love that. So, unfortunately, with this one, does not sound good. Like her sister said, hopefully at least they can at some point recover Katie and be able to lay her to rest. And at least that her 2 kids, 2 daughters had let's say they're staying with the grandmother. That's so hard. I'm gonna have to look more into this one. I just found the missing person was posted, I think, in the Arkansas Justice Project Facebook page, and then I found the article about it. And yep, I'm gonna have to look deeper into that one. But I looked for updates when I was looking at articles, and this 2023 article was the most recent one that I found. So I'm definitely going to look into that and keep an eye on that one. Get caught up in Teresa said she is, I'm assuming you're talking about Katie, says she is so pretty. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. ArcticFox says Charley Project is such a valuable resource. Absolutely. I use Charley Project all the time. That's where I get the majority of my Missing Person Monday cases to feature. Is from the Charley Project. Most definitely. I use Charley Project a lot. I use the Morgan Nick Foundation Facebook page to get missing kids or people, and the Arkansas Justice Project Facebook page always has lots of good information on missing and wanted, and so I've started using them too. Right. Absolutely. You says another sad case. Absolutely. Yeah, Teresa says, wondering if they law enforcement checked the blood to see if it was Katie's type. I would assume they would. I would hope they would. Yeah. Like I said, I think the Aviles, it's Aviles. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I think he was in jail for, they said, substance possession. I don't know if he's still there. I'm gonna have to research it some more and see what I can find out about anything new with Katie or with him, if he's still in prison or jail somewhere. Yep, absolutely. ArcticFox says, I honestly don't see how the boyfriend has not been charged in that case. Yeah, you would think that with especially with the body cam footage and all the evidence they found in the car, and you would think, but like I said, I'll have to look into this one more. Like I said, I found the missing poster or late this morning, and then I was trying to get the slideshow together and things put together for tonight, and then I found that one article, but I'm gonna definitely look some more into this one. Yes, ma'am. Miss Barbara says sad case. Yep. Teresa says, I don't know if Mr. Steve's still here. Mr. Steve could tell us. I would assume so. As Teresa said, can they get DNA from the truck to see whose it is? Yeah, I'm sure if there's DNA to be had there, that they can get it. Just depends on, once again, going back to watching Mr. Steve, what condition, how much of blood or whatever other kind of DNA they would have, how much there is, how, if it's degraded, things of that nature. Yeah, Teresa says because it sounds like he did it just by what you read. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. He's definitely number one on the list. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Yep. ArcticFox says that they can absolutely, and the family needs to submit their DNA to name us in case a body matching Katie's is found. Absolutely. Barbara says the Let's Save the Children is a good group also. Is that a organization, a Facebook group? I'll have to look that up. Let's Save the Children. I'll have to remember that. I don't have I usually have my notebook or piece of paper where I write stuff down. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments. Oh, take that down so I can read what I'm doing here. Okay, so this one is, if anybody, once again, ArcticFox is from Arkansas. He's probably heard of this case. And the Helen Gone podcast, I love the Helen Gone podcast. It's done by Catherine Townsend. I suggest, she does mostly Arkansas cases, but I suggest, even if you're not from Arkansas, check out the Helen Gone podcast. But apparently they are looking for information about Gail Jean Vaught. And I have heard, I have not dug in and got all the details about Gail's case. But apparently Catherine Townsend is looking for people to interview, is conducting interviews and research into the homicide of Gail Jean Vaught. She was found, her life was taken by homicide the morning of October 17th, 1980, on a dirt road off Highway 16 near Lake Weddington. To this date, Gail's homicide remains unsolved, and no charges have ever been filed in her homicide. And the Washington County Sheriff's Office recently closed it as unsolved. I don't see, and once again, I've never been in law enforcement, but how can you just close the case as unsolved? I mean, can't you leave it open as a cold case? Anyway. But at any rate, both of Gail's parents have passed, unfortunately, having never finding justice for the homicide of their youngest daughter. At the time of her passing, Gail was working for DB Hill Construction as an equipment operator, building the Highway 71 bypass. She lived with her boyfriend, Ray Foreman. Apparently, he is deceased. They lived in a basement apartment owned by Barry Frizzell in West Fayetteville. So Fayetteville, so ArcticFox, you may probably have heard of this. Says, we're particularly interested in speaking with family members or friends in previous persons of interest that are now deceased. So if anyone has any information, regardless of how small, please send it to whokilledgailvaught@gmail.com. So the way they phrase that, and they made sure to, I'm just doing a little bit of speculating here. They made it a point to say that the boyfriend, Ray Foreman, was deceased, and that they are interested in talking with family members or friends, or friends of any previous persons of interest that are now deceased. So unless there could be others that are deceased, maybe they're looking at the, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't dug into this case. Maybe they want to talk to family or friends of the Ray Foreman. I don't know. But at any rate, like I said, if you're in the Arkansas area or not, please look into, if you have any information, if you know about this case, can provide any valid information, please do. And like I said, please check out the Helen Gone podcast. It is excellent. All right, get caught up again. And so Miss Barbara said it is a Facebook group called Let's Save the Children. I absolutely will check it out, Miss Barbara. Most definitely. Miss Teresa said, we appreciate all of you folks doing podcasts to help get our cases out there. Absolutely, ma'am. That is what we're here for. Yep, I wondered that too. How can they just close the case? Yeah, I wonder about that too. But like I said, I'm not law enforcement or attorney or anything. But yeah, Mr. Steve's still here with his wisdom. I'm assuming back to the Katie Ferguson case. Mr. Steve says, I expect law enforcement will follow the basic concepts of modern DNA technology and check all blood evidence. Absolutely. Yep. Mr. Steve would know. He is a former law enforcement, former CSI tech, CSI. And so Miss Barbara, talking about closing cases, says, I was just told recently they want to change the law in Missouri to close out missing persons cases so the families can get their paperwork. Paperwork, as in like death certificates, things of that nature. If I'm wrong, Miss Barbara, you can correct me. Anybody can correct me on anything I'm wrong on or if I misunderstand. But yeah, I don't. That would be the only reason I would see for closing, because I think, was it oh my goodness, the name just flew. Harmony Montgomery. I think her mother just had petitioned or whatever, went to the court to have Harmony declared legally deceased. That way she was going to bring some civil suit, I think against the state or whatever. So, I mean, I could see maybe if the families wanted it closed, so like Miss Barbara said, they could get paperwork or whatever, or file any kind of civil suit if it, the case warrants that action. But you would think that if you had somebody that was still missing or not even missing, but just like in Timmy's case, to me that that case isn't, in my opinion, that case is not solved because they haven't given Miss Barbara any answers either way about what happened to Timmy. So, I mean, they just basically closed it as soon as they found his remains, and just I'm gonna get all emotional again talking about it. But yeah, please, anybody who's here now that wasn't here earlier, please check out the Case of the Week live stream. Watch the replay that we did last night on Timmy D's. It's unbelievable. And all the Fredericktown, Missouri, Madison County, all those cases in through there. It's just unbelievable what's going on. Teresa says, because as long as the case is open, they can't give anybody a copy. Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah, I should have known, Miss Barbara. Yeah, okay. Miss Barbara says they want their paperwork to see how the investigation was done, the way I took it, as other words for families have to do their own investigating. Gotcha. I understand now. See, you know me, I'm a little bit slow sometimes. Yeah, that's another good point too. Get a look-see, said it so they don't have to spend resources and be done. Yeah. I can understand that too, but just, I guess that's what, I said, that's what we're here for, is to keep, even if they close the case, we're, all of us, this whole community, true crime, cold case missing person community, is keep their names out there, to keep, make as many people as possible aware of these cases. ArcticFox has given me some more stuff to research. Says it's not just that part of Missouri. Unfortunately, you should look into the Mark Fullerton case. Will do. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments. Let's see what we got going next. All right, so I just had find the right article. Just a little article on, it's basically kind of what was said during what Riley's parents said during the press conference, but just to give some respect to Riley and some love and thoughts, prayers, and good vibes to his family and friends. So hopefully this will come. Okay, so this is from a New York Post from today. It's today the 23rd. I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, it's the 23rd. Sorry, I had to look on my phone. Riley Strain's mom and family speak out after student's body is found in Nashville River. Hug your babies tight tonight. That just broke my heart when she said that. I reached over and grabbed my cat and hugged him. Of course, he didn't like it too much, but anyway, so The parents and stepfather of Riley Strain heartbrokenly spoke out following the discovery of the college student's body in the Cumberland River in Tennessee on Friday. I just ask that you mamas out there hug your babies tight tonight, please. Riley's mother, Michelle Whited, told reporters on Friday. Please, for me, hug your babies tight tonight. Oh, now I'm just looking at a picture over there. I should have screen shared it for, I don't know. I'm assuming most everybody's seen the, which I can't do videos on here. My swamp signal wouldn't handle it, but seen the video of the, or watched it live, the press conference with the family. It was heartbreaking. Strain's parents and several other family members wore green, which was apparently Riley's favorite color, to honor the University of Missouri student's memory in the press conference. Strain went missing earlier this month after being kicked out of a Nashville bar on a trip with his fraternity brothers. Ryan Gilbert, Strain's Riley's father, thanked the Nashville Police Department, the Cajun Navy, the community, and his family back home for helping search for his son. He said it's just unbelievable what they've done for us. The finance major's stepfather, Chris Whited, described the last 2 weeks as an emotional roller coaster. I can just imagine. It says, we are quite thankful for everything that you've done for our family, the grace that you've given us. It means a lot, more than you will ever know. Chris Whited said, to the people of Nashville, I can't thank you enough for the support, the love, the encouragement that you've shown myself and my wife. You don't understand how much that meant to us in some of our darkest hours. Family, friends, and members of the Nashville community held a candlelight vigil to honor Riley's family on Gay Street Friday night, one of the last locations where he was seen. In a statement provided to the Post Friday, Strain's fraternity, Delta Chi, spoke glowingly of their departed brother. In a statement that said, quote, the Delta Chi fraternity is deeply saddened by the tragic passing of our esteemed fraternity brother, Riley Strain. Our hearts go out to Riley's family and loved ones during this incredibly difficult time as we work to provide support and resources to all those affected by this tragedy. Of course, we know Riley vanished after he left Luke Bryan's Honky Tonk Bar on March 8th. Over the next 2 weeks, authorities we've seen the video footage, surveillance footage they put together, and then Riley's body was discovered floating in the river by a worker cleaning debris from the shoreline of the Cumberland River at around 7:30 a.m., according to Metro Nashville Police. I get through all the ads. The fire department worked quickly to remove the body from the water before law enforcement confirmed that it was Riley a few hours later. No foul play is suspected, but an autopsy has been scheduled, police said. Police Chief John Drake told reporters that Riley had been wearing the same shirt, watch, and other identifying items that initially led investigators to believe they had found the missing student. And his body was found exactly 2 weeks after he was last seen. So, not the outcome, obviously, of course, that we wanted, but at least his parents, his mom, dad, stepdad, I'm assuming stepmother, the whole family can lay him to rest, and at least they found his body, and then just they could bring him home. Oh, you'll make me cry, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara said I hugged my kids' shirts. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Get a look. See, it says hugs and prayers, Miss Barbara. Absolutely. Absolutely. Once again, Mr. Steve said, in 5 words, Barbara just showed us all her humanity and true love. Now I'm really gonna cry. Absolutely. ArcticFox says, well said, Mr. Steve. Absolutely. You guys are gonna make me emotional tonight. And I thought I was emotionally wrung out from last night, but I still got some tears in there. Mm, yes, well said, Mr. Steve. One of the many reasons I love Mr. Steve and Mrs. Steve. Can't forget Mrs. Steve. Oh, Mrs. Steve is doing okay. We haven't seen her for a while, but we know she's with the grandbabies, taking care and spoiling them grandbabies. Double alt, triple alt, baby Steve, all the whole family. See, that's what I was. Because so Teresa says, I'm going back to talk about files. I think they should give the families the file on the case for free. So if they do close the case and the files are accessible, the family has to pay for them. They can't just give them copies. To me, that's not right. But once again, what do I know? I'm not a professional of any sort, that is true. Arctic Fox says the government doesn't give anything away for free, unfortunately, especially when yeah, crooked on the operation. Yeah, I agree. Yes, Miss Teresa, we have a wonderful communities, our mutual communities, my community, Mr. Steve's, Arctic Fox, all the good ones. Yes, all have very kind hearts. All right, caught up again. Let's see what we got next. Okay, this is Olivia Fowler. On the left there, Tamara, and I blocked out her last name because I didn't want to give last names. Although the article I'm going to read from, she does give her last name. Uh, Miss Tamara is Olivia's aunt, and Miss Tamara is in either one or many of the same cold case missing person Facebook groups that I'm in. I'm also friends with Miss Tamara on my Southern Gal True Crime um, incarnation on Facebook. But I saw she posted today, can everyone please stop and wish my baby girl a happy heavenly birthday, Olivia Samantha Fowler. Today you would have been 29 years old. You are missed by so many, and many that didn't even know you. Today will be a tough day, but I assure you I'm here fighting like hell for you, baby girl. So once again, that brought tears to my eyes. So I looked up, I just found this one article just giving the basic information about Olivia, but Olivia will be in the near future, one of my cases of the week. But I just wanted to give her, Miss Tamara and Olivia, a special shout out tonight, since it is Olivia's birthday. Let me find the article. Get another drink. I might just stop talking so much. My voice can't handle it anymore. I think that's when you know that I've even babbled too much, is when my voice starts going. All right. It's coming up, I promise. It may take a minute. Check comments while it's loading. Barbara says, I know the family is grateful to have their baby back. Absolutely. Oh, now Mr. Steve's going to make me cry again. Mr. Steve says, shows like this remind me of why I go out and try to find answers. Thank you, Southern Gal, Barbara, and everyone in chat. You made my night. I'm trying not to get emotional. You made our night, Mr. Steve. Whatever, and then you say this, I think early, when I was watching your live stream early, is you take your skills that you have, from your career that you had in law enforcement, CSI. Now you go out helping families because that is your skill set. We appreciate you and people like you and your team that goes out with you, that helps these, that can go out, that do have this skill set to go out, boots on the ground. We appreciate you so much for everything that you do. So I'm blessed and honored, we all are, that you would say that we inspire you. yeah, it goes both ways. It goes all ways. You creators, parents like Miss Barbara, Miss Kimberly, Miss Teresa, everybody that's fighting for justice for their loved one. It's a symbiotic relationship. It takes all of us. So thank you, Mr. Steve. Yet another reason to love Mr. Steve. I'm telling you guys. Wonderful, wonderful human being. Oh, see, now we're all crying. We're just going to have a cry fest tonight. Miss Barbara says, I'm crying now. You guys are amazing getting the family stories. Thank you all so much. Miss Barbara, we would not be here if it was not, unfortunately, not for cases like Timmy's, cases like Durante's, Miss Kimberly, everybody's that we try to share and get out. Like I said, it takes all of us. People, you guys who have lost loved ones, me sitting here babbling on, trying to get awareness, Mr. Steve, boots on the ground, and his team that go out with the skill sets that they have and do what they do. It takes a village, and we've got a pretty good little village going here, in my opinion. Just trying to get caught up. Everybody's being yes, absolutely, Miss Barbara. Miss Barb says, "Love you, Mr. Steve. You're a blessing to a lot of families." Absolutely. Yep. ArcticFox says, Steve is amazing. I've been sub to him since day one. Yeah, Mr. Steve is one of the first, because anybody who's here has heard me tell this story before. But I'd always been on YouTube as far as watching, as I always say, my puppy and kitty videos and my 80s hairband videos. Then the Idaho, and I'd always been interested in, like, true crime stuff. But then the Idaho 4 case happened, and that consumed my brain because it had been so long since something that horrible had happened or that I'd heard about. So I devoured everything that they showed on the TV about that, everything I could read on the internet, the Google machine, as Mr. Steve would say, about Idaho 4. Then I turned to YouTube, and that is how I found the YouTube true crime world, and quickly found who to watch and who not to watch, the good ones and the bad ones. And from day one, I haven't been, since I found day one that I found the true crime YouTube world, Mr. Steve has been, and Mrs. Steve, right up there at the top. I knew as soon as I watched one of his videos or live streams, the very first one I watched, I said, that's it right there. And so I watch him on a regular basis. I might not always be able to make it to his lives, but I always replay crew, and I try to make it to as many lives and support him as much as I can. And I watch the mob crew a lot, either live or replay. Got a new one, ArcticFox. Got to get caught up on Miss Frankie, the Think Tank, Mind of Monsters. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Dave has a gives great information. Al on the Prowl, our friend Dave. I know I'm forgetting somebody because my brain's not working tonight. But yeah, I quickly learned the good ones and the bad ones. Speaking of channels, let me make sure I get the right one. Let me get caught up, and I thought I was caught. My comments just jumped up on me. I was actually, that is so Brooklyn Squad real life drama. I would notice that you had commented on, I think maybe Timmy's, the replay of Timmy's. I have checked out Brooklyn Squad real life drama. I'm going to get back over there. Another wonderful creator. Dandy's at a concert, but Michelle, see if anybody is still here to put in the link to that channel. Another good channel. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. I watched your which video did I watch today? the little girl that the dad, oh, I forgot the name. I've got so many cases in my head. I watched a couple of your videos today, Brooklyn. I'm going to get back over there to your channel and get caught up. Yes, ma'am. Welcome, welcome. Yep, Teresa says it takes a village. Apparently, I'm behind because I guess everybody, or they're just saying hello or knows Brooklyn Squad, real life drama. Mr. Steve says that his superpower is I find highly intelligent people and surround myself with their skills, even when they don't realize the answers they can unlock. Well put, well said. I think you're highly intelligent too, Mr. Steve. Don't sell yourself. I know you don't sell yourself short, but you're highly intelligent. You surround yourself with amazing people. Carolyn, Unearthed Secrets, geophysicist. She goes out, contributes with her very, very smart scientisty brain knowledge. So check out Carolyn at Unearthed Secrets. Yep, yep, yep. Trying to get caught up on comments, and I'll get to reading again, give my voice a little rest here. Yeah. I'm just gonna call you Brooklyn for short. Brooklyn Squad says, I can't relax with all these cases. Yeah, it just seems like just when I think I'm getting caught up on old cases, new cases, then some I find, get to digging and looking in different places on Facebook or, the internet, Google machine, and just something new pops up, and I just have to not go down a rabbit hole, but go down digging and looking for info and research. It's never ending, unfortunately. So glad to have all these new faces, old faces, everybody here. Sounds like me, Brooklyn Squad says. I'm sitting here with my laptop in my lap and my phone. I do that too. I might have been watching too. No, it wasn't tonight. No, because I was eating supper and listening to Mr. Steve's live earlier. I was having my catfish supper and listening to Mr. Steve, his live. But yeah, I've been on my laptop, either watching a live stream or a replay, and then on my phone doing research and looking stuff up. I'm there with you, ma'am. I do the same thing. Yep, ArcticFox says he's usually on replay with Steve and Chris. I catch as many as I can. Yeah. Tree says, are you asking for links to the channels or to because Teresa said, can each of you please send me your link in text so I can contact you for different cases I can refer you to? I can't do anything right now. It'll definitely turn into a dumpster fire. I'll crash and burn everything. But yeah, if you on Facebook, you can go to I have a group and a page, Southern Gal True Crime, and then it's my alternate identity that I use. So my real name and everything won't get out there, but or commingle with this, because there's some, we know there are crazy people out there, and I don't want, not that I don't trust you guys, but there are people that sneak in and try to get your information. But yeah, just contact and I have an email which I really need to I need to get a separate email because my real name is attached to my email. So which I did not think about till the other day. And I'm like, oh, not, I said, the only people that have used it are people that I trust, but I'm gonna have to set up a different email account to use for emails for this with not my, at least not my whole name on there. I know Mr. Steve has my name, but that's just fine. I definitely trust Mr. Steve. So I told my mama the other night, I said, Mom, if anything ever happens to me, because Mr. Steve, if you're still here, my mom has watched some of your videos, live streams. I made her watch some, or not made her, but she's watched them with me. I said, if anything ever happens to me, if I disappear or something foul happens, I said, you better call Mr. Steve. But anyway, hopefully that won't happen. But I told her, I said, if in all seriousness, I said, if anything ever happened to me or any of the members of our family or loved ones, I said, I'm calling Mr. Steve to come figure it out. Most definitely. I get caught up in comments again, and we'll move on. Well, I said, this is what True Crime After Dark is for. I like chatting with y'all and reading those comments to each other. I can do that when I'm not trying to concentrate on getting a story across or missing persons. I can participate a little bit more. Yep, as Brooklyn says, there's so many cases and no justice. So sad. Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely. So Michelle has got a link. I can't tell which one it is. Is that Brooklyn Squad real life drama? I can't tell by it's just all gobbledygook with the URL link. Oh goodness. ArcticFox says he knows I try to put out 5 to 10 cases a day. Plus I'm taking care of my 74-year-old mother. Bless you. Bless your heart. Thank you. Yeah. I've got to start. Oh, excuse me. That was so rude. I'm sorry. That snuck out on me. Yeah, I need to try to get some more, because I usually feature the clips of my, like Missing Person Monday videos. I'll cut it down into a short to share for the missing persons, and then I'll put it on my community page. But I shared ArcticFox. You probably saw I shared, I got to share the other ones too. The missing teenagers and kids, short videos that you put out today. I shared them on my community page. Most definitely. Yeah, Miss Barbara says Michelle C is awesome. Yes, ma'am, she is. Michelle is awesome mod. Dandy Linus, Dandy is an awesome mod. And I always kick myself after because I always forget to thank them for everything that they do. Putting the links in and keeping an eye on chat. But like I said, so far I haven't had problems with any trolls or any troublemakers in my chats. So it's because I kind of stay away from stay away from the bigger cases, because there's people that are like Mr. Steve that are much more qualified to speak on those big cases than I am. And Chris from the Mob Crew does an excellent job too with those cases. And Miss Frankie does excellent coverage. She does a lot of live trial coverage on the think tank. She does an excellent job. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments. So let me see if it's loaded yet. Oh yes. Sorry, I got sidetracked again. Olivia Fowler. So this is the basics of Olivia's case. And this is from Fox 5 Atlanta, and it is from August of last year, 2023. It says, Olivia Fowler disappearance, body of missing mother of 3 identified by DNA. And this is from Georgia, Meriwether County, Georgia. The FBI says they have positively identified remains found in December of 2022 as those of 26-year-old missing mother Olivia Fowler. The announcement comes more than 2 years after the Meriwether County woman was last seen. On August 13th, 2021, a Georgia Department of Natural Resources, that's a mouthful, we call it in Arkansas Game and Fish Commission, game wardens. I don't know if that's the same thing, but at any rate, a Georgia Department of Natural Resources ranger who knew Olivia said that he saw her walking along a rural road wearing a tie-dye t-shirt and sandals, and that sighting would be the last. The FBI joined the case last year, and on Monday last year, DNA testing performed by the FBI confirmed that it was Olivia's remains found. Authorities say this is now pivoted from a missing persons case to a death investigation. There is still much evidence to be analyzed and processed, said Sheriff Chuck Smith. Although the outcome of the disappearance of Olivia Samantha Fowler is not what any of the family or law enforcement wanted, this investigation remains active and ongoing. Our focus now is to allow the family to grieve. The family would like the public to know that Olivia was not only a mother, but a daughter, a sister, a grandchild, and an important member of the Fowler family. This is a difficult time for them now and going forward. Please be respectful of their request. Olivia was 26 when she went missing. She's a mother of 3 small children. Her aunt, Tamara is the one in the Facebook groups, who organized Olivia's army to search for her niece, told Fox 5 Atlanta in September of 2021, Olivia would not go 40 days without reaching out to her family. The family took matters into their own hands, hiring a private investigator. Funding for their own investigation has come through car washes and other events. Olivia's family remained active in the community awareness of her case, as well as other missing and homicide, women killed by homicide. I can't say the M word. South of Atlanta. The FBI said Olivia has ties to Meriwether, Harris, Talbot, and Upson counties. Background on when she disappeared. It was 10:30 a.m. on August 13th, 2021, when a DNR ranger saw Olivia walking along Pebblebrook Road in Meriwether County. The location was outside of Manchester, 2 hours south of Atlanta. Both law enforcement and her family say that was the last known sighting of her. The Meriwether County Sheriff's Office said Olivia was last seen wearing a tie-dye shirt, white cutoff shorts, black flip-flops. In May of 2022, 10 months after she was last seen, the FBI joined the search. Fowler's loved ones had new optimism at the time of the FBI's announcement. Roxanne Fowler, Olivia's sister, said maybe it will all come out eventually. Maybe we will get answers soon. Meriwether County investigators said in May that they were still aggressively working the case. The FBI declined to comment on their involvement. If anyone has any information related to Olivia's case, contact the Meriwether County Sheriff's Office at 706-672-6651. The main office number at 706-672-4489, or the FBI tip line at 770-216-3000. So that was just, as I said, the basics of Olivia's case, but I just wanted to get her name out there and part of her story, her case out there today, since it is would be her 29th birthday today. And like I said, I'm getting to know Miss Tamara through Facebook groups. But I'm going to get this one researched and worked up, and will be one of my cases of the week. I'm going to have to, like I said, a private message Miss Tamara and see where the case is, what's going on, what needs to be put out there. All right, let me get caught up again. Trying to get down to where I was at earlier. Get my drink. Mr. Steve says, no pressure there, LOL. Am I pressuring you? I don't mean to. Mr. Steve, he's business when it needs to be business, and I'm waving myself once again in front of the camera. But Mr. Steve can be funny. I'm trying to get caught up in comments, and we'll move on to the next. Hey, Brooklyn Squad said that wasn't the I don't know what link that was that Michelle put up. Mr. Steve, yeah, ask Teresa if any of your cases in extremely remote areas with little to no human presence. I think I know what Mr. Steve is thinking. Just getting through comments here. Yeah, Mr. Steve says thanks for the info. We are looking for cases involving extremely remote areas for a DNA study. Most of these cases will be out west. Yeah. Yeah, they're looking for cases to, yeah. So you can, I'm sure Mr. Steve wouldn't mind you emailing him, but I'll let him, if he wants to, put his, I know what his email address is, but you can put it in there, or I can say it or whatever. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, I think, yeah, I just got like a little, I have to go out and do it from my phone. Just maybe a minute and a half, 2-minute video, just a little bit on Sebastian's case. I'm gonna, if I don't push the wrong button and put me in the dumpster fire here. I'm gonna mute my cam and mic while it's on and put it full screen. But I will be back, hopefully.
Search for Riley Strain ends. Another family in Sumner County is still left without answers.
15-year-old Sebastian Rogers has been missing for almost 5 weeks. News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry spoke with community members about the call for more resources and outside support. Caitlin.
The Sumner County community is still asking where Sebastian Rogers is as the search for missing college student Riley Strain ends, but residents in the area tell me they have not forgotten him. Prayer vigils are held for the teen almost every week. Drivers in the area drive by posters along the streets, and flyers greet them at every door or window. Even organized search parties by concerned community members and Sebastian's biological dad remain constant, but many residents in the area say it's time to ramp up the search efforts again. And Sumner County Commissioner Don Schmidt says Sebastian's story needs to be told in every city and state. A TikToker with 92,000 followers took to social media calling for the help of the United Cajun Navy currently in Nashville. She tells me she watched them search for Strain and believes they could help find Sebastian Rogers.
I was like, hey, don't leave. Over here. You know what I mean? Like, the flag.
I think we need to really expand the news coverage. The local news are doing a great job, but I think we get this nationwide that other people in other states are seeing this because honestly, people's worst fears are really starting to ramp up now.
In a statement from Sebastian's mother, Katie Proudfoot, she said, quote, "We pray that everyone continues to help search and pray that we find him and bring him home safe. The pain of our son's absence is beyond words." If you know anything, call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen or TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND.
All right, that was just a little video clip of once again, my laptop has stopped working. Of get my slides back up there. There we go. Of Sebastian. They're still looking for him. Like ArcticFox, I think, mentioned earlier, and I'd seen that they had found maybe one of the canines had alerted on a piece of tape with some blood on it. Maybe I think they're still trying to figure out if it has anything to do with Sebastian or not. So we'll just keep praying. Once again, thoughts, prayers, good vibes to Sebastian's family, love, friends, everybody who's missing him right now. And there is Michelle put Mr. Steve's email, steve@truecrimeweb.com. Email him. You know, he's very busy, and I don't want to speak for Mr. Steve, but I know he says, you know, anybody email him any information, and he will get to it. He will get to it as soon as possible, as soon as he can. But I know he is. He and the team are, I'm assuming, still out on the road somewhere, working on whatever cases they're working on right now. But he will definitely get to you. Now I lost the comment to take it down. Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Okay. A new name. Hello. There it is. Tracy Langdon. I'll get it right in a minute. I can't read. Tracy Logsden. Welcome, Tracy. A new name. We like having new people here. Thank you. If you don't mind, you can tell us how you found us. Glad to have you here, Tracy. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Michelle. C is doing a wonderful job getting the links in, welcoming everybody in. Because, like I said, I'm trying to multitask and keep up with comments and get these stories out here. Thank you, Michelle. You're doing an excellent job. Dandy does an excellent job too when she's here, but she's out. She's apparently rocking out tonight. I don't blame her. Like I said earlier, I have not been to a concert in so long. I'm having withdrawals. I need a good old rock and roll show concert to go to. Actually, me and my mom are going to go see, I think it's next month, sometime in April, going to see Three Dog Night. Me and my mom is going to go see Three Dog Night. I was raised on Three Dog Night. I love them. Three Dog Night, Creedence Clearwater Revival, all those good. I was raised on it. It's in my blood. So me and my mom get to spend some time with Mama and go to a concert with her. Getting caught up, and then I'll see what we got going next. Yeah, ArcticFox says Nancy Grace picked up Sebastian's case. They put it in a national spotlight. Yeah. I'm trying to think of where I first came across Sebastian's case. It was probably in, because I don't think I found it on the Google machine, as Mr. Steve calls it. Probably in one of the, on Facebook, one of the numerous true crime missing persons pages or groups that I'm on. And then I shared it, and then I've been following it ever since and hoping for the best, but just catching up on comments. Okay, awesome. Tracy says she saw ArcticFox's message about coming in. Thank you, ArcticFox, for everything. And it's just even more now, because when I first came across you, when I was looking for videos on YouTube about Timmy's case, and yours was one of the first ones I came across, and saw that I was looking for specifically for stuff, interviews with Miss Barbara, so that I knew that I was getting the right information. And yours was one, that interview you did with Miss Barbara was one of the first ones I watched. And I said, I like this guy, I like this channel. And now I find out you're from fellow Arkansans, so that even better, even better. Not saying that, I love everybody's channel and everybody everywhere, but it's always nice to have a fellow Arkansan. Yep, Miss Barbara, I think in one of the live streams we got to sidetracked a little bit with music, but that's fine. Says all those artists are great. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, because we were talking about who you said the Eagles and Journey and Fleetwood Mac and I love all kinds of music. Don't get me started talking about music, or we'll be here all night talking about music. But that's okay. We need a little bit of it, like I said. True Crime After Dark is a little, looser. We're still serious about what we need to be serious about, of course, about this sharing these cases and stories. But, we can talk about music, take a little bit of a break and talk about music or anything else. Because music is, besides my faith, music is my go-to for situations, stress, anxiety, anything. Go to my faith and I go to my music. And I go to my family, to my mama, and my brothers, my sister-in-laws. Yep, you knew. Yep, me and my mom are going to see Three Dog Night. I think it's in April sometime, if I remember correctly. I know I got the tickets, or I got those e-tickets on my phone. Actually, in an email, so I had to be sure to star the email so I wouldn't accidentally delete it and then empty my trash out, and then we'd just be up the creek because I'm, deleted the e-tickets, but I still got them on my phone. Yep. Miss Teresa said we need Timmy's case on Nancy Grace. Yeah. Nancy's fierce, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Awesome. ArcticFox says he submitted Timmy's case to Kendall Ray. I almost said Rowe. Is it Ray? Yeah. I've heard a lot of people mentioning that Kendall, make sure I'm saying that right, Kendall Ray. I don't know that. I just know that name from hearing other people say it. I don't know who that is. I'll have to check them out. Yep, absolutely. Miss Barbara says there's a lot of cases in that area that need justice for all. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I think I'm caught up in comments again. Let's see what we got next. Okay, this is I've had this in my actually bookmarked in my browser for a while. A solved cold case out of, I believe, Olive Branch, almost in Missouri, Mississippi. Hopefully it'll come up. This is Lori, I'm trying to remember, Mealer, I'm gonna get it wrong. Lori Ann Mealer Pennell, I believe. It'll come up. It might be a second. My swamp signal. If Dandy was here, she'd be talking about my swamp signal. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so this is from News Channel 3, WREG. And a victim identified in 39-year-old Olive Branch cold case. The body of a woman strangled to death in Olive Branch in 1985 has been, and this is from, when is this from? March of this year, March 5th of this year, so it's recent. The body of a woman strangled to death in Olive Branch in 1985 has been identified, the DeSoto County Sheriff's Department announced Tuesday. Lori Ann Mealer Pennell was identified as the woman, officials say. On January 24th, 1985, a woman was found on Highway 78 in Olive Branch, Mississippi. She had been strangled. On March 1st, the crime scene tech, Amber Edlin, received a lead. Othram, a corporation specializing in testing forensic DNA in cold cases, identified the victim, it says with 1,000% confirmation. According to reports, Pennell has one living relative, a brother in California. He has been notified. So I'm assuming they mentioned Othram Labs, which I know they do the genetic genealogy. So I'm assuming that it was a genetic genealogy. So Colby Lasone, no, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Director of operations for Othram Inc. said the company worked with DNA from the Mississippi remains using a technique called forensic grade genome sequencing to develop very sensitive DNA profiles for genealogical searches. He says the process often comes down to building a family tree and looking for unaccounted persons. Othram's technology developed a profile which provided new leads to DeSoto County investigators who were able to confirm the woman's identity through a relative's DNA. It's incredibly meaningful for Othram to be able to contribute and help to provide answers in the case, such as the identification of Lori Pennell, Layson said. Pennell's remains are at Blocker Cemetery in Olive Branch, inscribed with the name Jane Doe, January 24th, 1985. That is the date that her body was found along Highway 78 near the Coldwater River. Deputies say the investigation will continue until they bring those responsible to justice. We believe that justice has no time restrictions. Therefore, we will relentlessly work towards locating the perpetrators so that they can be held accountable for their actions. Absolutely. I just love finding these. At least I've got the victim identified. 39 years, guys. That's almost 40 years, and they identified that sweet face you see there on the screen, and now they can work to find out exactly what happened to her and hopefully find out, get her back to her, I think it said it was her brother, her one living relative, and find out who the perpetrator was, hopefully, or at least get a start, get a lead. All right. Okay, I got to check it out. Michelle C says Kendall Ray is a great true crime creator. Awesome. I'll have to check her out. Or I say her, or Kendall could be her, or he or she. Definitely will check them out. I think Michelle put the link in, so when I watch replay, I'll have the chat up and I'll grab that link. Thank you, Michelle. You're doing such an awesome job tonight, as usual. Yeah, there's the link to Kendall Ray's YouTube channel. Wonderful. That's even better here. ArcticFox says Kendall is awesome. She is one of the good ones here for the right reasons. Then I will check her out, most definitely. As soon as I get off here, how long we've been going? We're at 2 hours. We're not bad. I think I just got a couple more stories and I'm getting caught up in what's not just when I think I'm caught up, more pop up. My laptop is laggy, it's a little bit slow, so a whole bunch of them pop up at one time. Brooklyn Squad says that she watches Kendall. She's really good. Absolutely. Yep. Teresa says she's going to start watching. Oh, Mr. Steve. Mr. Steve says, just check Three Dog Night concert history for missing person. Looks like you're good to go, just in case I received that call. Yeah, if me and Mom, I'll leave word with my baby brother. You can email me your phone number and I will give it to him, and I'll say, if me and Mom don't make it back from the Three Dog Night concert, you call Mr. Steve and tell him to come look for us. Oh God, I love you so much, Mr. Steve. I really do. You are wonderful. Yeah. So not a whole lot of people go missing at Three Dog Night concerts. Is that what you're saying? I didn't even know, because I had to ask Mom. I said, are the, the original members of Three Dog Night even still alive? And she's like, I said, at least the lead singer, because to me, Three Dog Night has always been, if the singer, the lead singer, original lead singer is not there, then he's just that voice. He's got that voice. But she said he's alive, and most of the rest of the band is still alive. So I was like, okay, sounds good to me. But yeah, Mr. Steve, I'll tell my brother to, you send me your telephone number, and I'll tell my brother to put it on his speed dial just in case. Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's who Michelle C. says the girl, Lori Ann in the picture reminds her of Libby German. Yeah, yeah, I can see the resemblance. Teresa said, thanks for the laugh, dear. I don't know if you're talking about me or who, somebody else. But yeah, see, I'd have Miss Barbara out with signs. Miss Barb says, talking to Mr. Steve, wouldn't want to have to make signs for her and her mom. Yeah, I'd have two of the best there. I got Mr. Steve looking, and Miss Barbara advocating out there with her signs to help find us. I couldn't think of a better team I like to have. Honestly, in all seriousness. Ooh, yeah, I'm calling Mr. Steve and Miss Barb. That's my go-tos now. The dream team. And Miss Teresa and everybody else, everybody. Oh, I know all you ladies and are fighters, fighting for your loved ones. All right, I think I'm caught up again. We'll see what we got next. Okay, so I read the story. Okay, just making sure I didn't get. Sometimes I get distracted and forget to read the story. So this is, and I'm going to read the article. Dave, like I said, I have to give props to Dave, our friend Dave, out on the prowl. I haven't seen him tonight, but I think he's going to do another late night, early morning live stream. I think there's maybe Miss Tamara, Olivia's Army. Hey, Miss Dawn. Because I know, I hope you didn't miss. I just did, or earlier did, Olivia's story. So it's either Miss Tamara or somebody from. So you can let me know if it's Miss Tamara. Olivia's Army. That is Olivia Fowler that I was talking about earlier a while ago. Yeah, because Miss Tamara had asked me on Facebook what time my live was going to be tonight. Yeah, Miss Tamara. It's me, Olivia's aunt. It's Miss Tamara. Welcome, Miss Tamara. I'm glad you made it. I hope you didn't. I did. We talked about Olivia earlier. Yes, ma'am. If you missed it, you can watch the replay. It's so good to have you here, Miss Tamara. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Another lady fighting for justice for her loved one. And I said earlier, Miss Tamara, I don't know if you were here, that I just read your post that I saw about her birthday. It just brought tears to my eyes. Everything's been making me cry today and tonight. Read your post about it being Olivia's birthday on Facebook. I saw it this morning. Of course, I shared it in my group and on my page. And I read your post and then read just a brief article that gave the background of Olivia's story. But I'm going to work it up, do some more research, and I might PM you, Miss Tamara, on Facebook Messenger to get a little bit of more information to where Olivia's case stands and what's going on. That way I'll know what to look for when I start researching, if that's that's okay with you. Oh, thank you. Oh, you made me cry again. I'm gonna say Miss Olivia. Miss Olivia too. Miss Tamara says thank you. I can go back. It's okay. I came to support you. Thank you so much, Miss Tamara. Honored to have you here, ma'am. And we're here for you too. We're all here for the families. We're all here for each other. Yep, she's 29 today. Yes, ma'am. Yep, please. Yep, I will PM you, messenger you probably sometime tomorrow. Whatever time I go to bed tonight or get up tomorrow morning or afternoon, depending on what time I go to sleep tonight, if I go to sleep. I think I was up all night last night. Absolutely. Well said. Miss Teresa said, we're in God's army and we're soldiers for justice. Yes, ma'am. Miss Tamara says she went to Sydney Kersey's oldest, oh, it jumped on me, oldest daughter's wedding today. Is that another victim? I'm still trying to get between I'm trying to take cases from the Facebook group. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I will, Mr. Steve. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's right. You did fit. Okay. I got you, sir. Gotcha. Thank you. So I lost my place here. Where? Oh, Sydney Kersey. I was wondering if that's just somebody you know or another victim or a family member of a victim. I'm still trying to work through all the cases, get them bookmarked and all that. And start working through these cases and featuring them that are in the in the Facebook groups. Oh, thank you, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara says that she was up until this morning after what a good job you did. Thank you, ma'am. I'm humbled and honored, and I thank you so much for I do this to the best of my ability, open, honest, transparent, all the good, credible, good information I can find about these cases, and I just love being able to have family members here that makes it even more special. Okay, Miss Tamara said that she was a mom found in the woods unalive 4 years ago. What state? Oh, 12 miles. Oh, goodness, 12 miles from your house. Okay. I will definitely look it up, Miss Tamara. No. Thank you, ma'am. Says you show compassion. That's all we want and need. Like I said, when I was younger, probably younger than I should have been when I first read Helter Skelter, the Manson book, and got interested in the serial offenders and all that. But so I've always been interested in true crime and serial offenders. And then as I got older and matured, and my brain developed, and I started looking beyond the offenders into the victims and the families, and that's where my passion came from for wanting to help spread the word about missing persons, victims, because they are the most important part of any case is the victim and the victim's family. So, I still, read my true crime serial offender books and watch the shows and stuff. But yeah, my passion now is when I can, which right now I have plenty of time on my hands because I'm not working, but that's going to change soon. But I'm gonna still, even going back to work, I'm gonna still do as much as I can on here for you guys. Yep, Miss Teresa said we're becoming night owls for justice with great people who care. Yes, ma'am. Like I said, right now I can be a night owl because I'm not working, but I've got to gonna get back to work. So, well, like I said, I'll even working, I'll still do as much as I can on here. Keep sharing these missing and these cold cases for wonderful people like you for the families and loved ones and friends. And Miss Tamara says she's become very close to the family. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Absolutely. Miss Barbara says, I have a passion for helping the missing also now. Thank you for getting these people's pictures out. I will share in my groups. Thank you, ma'am. Absolutely. I think we're in a lot of the same groups on Facebook, but yeah, sometimes I don't have time to share every single thing. I try to share as much as possible in the groups of things, cases or missing that I come across, but sometimes I get busy with other stuff and accidentally overlook or forget to do, share some stuff. Thank you, Brooklyn Mom Squad. I love all the emojis. Thank you, ma'am. All right. Okay. So this is, before I forget once again, see if I should have had the, oh goodness. Hold on. Should have had the story loading while I was babbling. The Shawna Garber case. She was originally known as Grace Doe, and this was in Southwest Missouri. But she was originally known as Grace Doe. And here a while back, maybe a year or so ago, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, they tried to link her as a possible victim to the Dennis Rader BTK. But apparently they have solved this case. And it has nothing to do. Now, I still have questions. I don't know that. I mean, they're basically, from what I read, going off witness statements. But I mean, I'm not saying that those witnesses are, mistaken or whatever. But I'll just read you the circumstances. So anyway, apparently they have found or think they know who the SWAT ads here for a minute. There we go. Who the suspect is, and you see there on the right hand side, the left side is one of the law enforcement who did a press conference. You see the little picture in the middle there is a reconstruction of what Shawna they think she looked like, because they have one they don't have any adult pictures of Shawna. They had one like baby or a picture when she was maybe 5 or 6 years old. So that picture you see there is just a reconstruction that they made after they found her remains. And then on the right hand of the slide is a fella named Talfie. Well, I'll get to him in a minute. So, Southwest Missouri cold case solved, and suspect is deceased. And Talfie Reeves, I think is his last name, is the fella on the right hand side. So this is from article from 2 days ago. Once again, thanks to Dave out on the prowl, our friend Dave, for bringing this to my attention, because I did cover this, the Grace Doe, and then when they were trying to link it to Dennis Rader, I covered it again. So, but Dave, I was not aware of this until Dave's live last night. So a suspect has been identified in a 1990 cold case death of Shawna Beth Garber. McDonald County, Missouri detectives have identified a suspect who is now deceased in the October 1990 homicide of Shawna Garber. Shawna was born March 1st, 1968 in Iola, Iola, Kansas. At 6 years old, she entered foster care, where she remained until she aged out of the foster care system. It was determined through a statement made by her caseworker that once Shawna aged out, she went to the Veneta, Claremore, Oklahoma area to find family. Detectives were made aware that she was living in the area and being transported to and from work via a work program. It is believed that this is what brought her to McDonald County. And on December 2nd, 1990, human remains were found outside of an abandoned farmhouse located on Oscar Talley Road in McDonald County, Missouri. The McDonald County Sheriff's Office and the Missouri State Highway Patrol conducted the initial investigation. However, they were unable to identify the female remains or a suspect in her death. Between 1990 and 2020, many leads were followed regarding missing females, but all subjects were excluded. Detectives continued to work on the case and were told that it may be by the grace of God that her identity would ever be found. That is how she was named Grace Doe. However, in March of 2021, with the help of Othram once again, and advancements in technology, the McDonald County Sheriff's Office was able to determine that there was a familial match to DNA that had been extracted from Grace. It was learned that Grace Doe was, in fact, Shawna Garber. And during the continued investigation, it was learned that Shawna's legal name is Shawna Harvey. From 2021 to March of 2024, the investigation continued. Detective Lori Howard and Detective Rhonda Wise have been able to develop a long-standing suspect in the homicide of Shawna. Through statements, sources, and a witness, we are confident that we now know what happened. It is believed that Talfey, Talfey, Reeves, who is deceased as of November of 2021. So trigger warning for anybody. It's a little bit, it's disturbing. So allegedly this Talfey Reeves picked up Shawna from the Tanglewood Ginger Blue area of Missouri State Highway 59. He bound her wrist and feet, hog-tied her basically, and transported her to an abandoned farmhouse where it is believed that he SA'd her and OD'd her. Talfey Reeves was well known by the community and to law enforcement, and had Reeves still been alive today, charges of first degree would have been requested from the McDonald County prosecuting attorney, Malia Cheney. Detectives Howard and Wise's investigation led them to sitting across from the likes of serial offenders Larry Hall and Dennis Rader, BTK, among a few. Throughout hundreds of conversations, interviews, and statements, they found themselves ultimately sitting across from evil to find grace. While Shawna's life and death were tragic, and for most of her life she struggled just to exist, Shawna was not just a missing person. No one ever is. Absolutely. The McDonald County Sheriff's Office would like to take this opportunity to thank the community, our law enforcement partners, media friends, everyone who donated endless amounts of resources and energy over the past 30 years to keep her story alive. Without all of the support that we have received, we would not have been able to develop Shawna's story to its conclusion. We have provided you with the ending, but we would be remiss if we did not thank William Phelps for his tireless work on Shawna's life story on the Paper Ghost, the Ozarks podcast. I'm gonna have to check that another podcast, yet another one for me to check out. As of today's date, the case status has been changed from an open homicide case to cleared by exception. Whatever that means. Cleared by exception. So, what do you guys think? Hey, dude. My cat just walked in. What you doing? I know, I'm in. Are you going in or out? Sorry, I'm talking to my cat. Talking to my cat. What do you guys think about this one? They say they have witnesses that said that this Talfey Reeves fella, I'm not going to say it again, but did what he did to Shawna supposedly. Like I said, all I know of this case was when I first started looking at the Grace Doe, and then when they identified her, and then when they were trying to link her to BTK, and then this is the first that I've heard. I've never heard of this Talfey Reeves guy, but anyway, I'll get caught up in comments again. I think I might have one more story. How long have we been going? Oh, we're just 2:20, and we're doing good. We're still under 3 hours. We're good. Absolutely. Arctic Fox says, Miss Barbara is an awesome advocate. She sent me cases and shares my video. She's greatly appreciated. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Miss Teresa. Oh, I'm highlighting stuff. What am I doing? Okay. Miss Teresa said Barb is a real soldier with awesome lady with a great heart. I'm glad she is my friend. Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Tamara. Miss Tamara said I went back and saw your coverage for Olivia. Thank you so much. She is truly missed. As always, you're doing an amazing job. We appreciate it. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Like I said, that was just a brief. I'm going to she will be one of my cases. Like I said, I'll PM you. I'll get in touch with you on Messenger and see where the case stands and what I need to be researching and looking into. And I'll do a case of the week on Olivia. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Hey, Miss Kimberly. Good to see Miss Kimberly here. Said sad. Yep. Good to see Miss Kimberly here. Miss Kimberly, for anyone that doesn't know, is Durante Martin's grandmother. Durante, another one of those cases from Missouri, southwest Missouri, the Madison County, Fredericksburg. Durante is most likely going to be my case of the week for this coming week. I got to get it all worked up. Between that and job hunting again, checking on applications. But welcome back, Miss Kimberly. Good to have you here. Absolutely. Miss Barbara says we stand together at Olivia's Army. Prayers for your family. Absolutely. All right. Think I'm caught up. So let's see. Do I have something else? Okay. So I think, and I haven't seen Chris Giddy in here tonight, but 3 weeks ago, he mentioned looking into the Redhead. I can't say the M word, the red rooms. But I just found this art. I'm going to do probably just a video about the redhead cases. But this is just an article I found on once again, I should have had it loading while I was talking. Apparently, a teacher at a college had some of his students working on some of these redhead homicide cases, and they managed to link some of them or something to that effect. The article can describe it much more eloquently than I just tried to, but once again, if it'll come up, read some more comments while I'm waiting. Yes, Arctic Fox says maybe we could get Tamara on panel to talk about Olivia's case. Yes, I would love to on my channel, be able to bring somebody in because Mr. Steve, he might not be here. He may be asleep. Mr. Steve was gracious enough to have me on his show one time to talk about the Morgan Nick case. I would love to have, especially with these family members, but my signal is just so dodgy. I would hate to get in the middle of a live stream and everything crash. But yeah, I mean, maybe one of these days, or we can all work to get something. Yeah, I would love to have Miss Barbara on to talk some more about Timmy. Miss Tamara to talk about Olivia, Miss Kimberly to talk about Durante, all these family members that I'm getting to know. I would love to have them on, talk about their stories. Like I said, I don't want to do them injustice by having because I don't have what I call proper Wi-Fi or internet. I just go through the Wi-Fi hotspot on my phone to run the StreamYard, and the signal's always, not always so good. But yeah, maybe we can figure something out to get some of these ladies on somehow, somewhere to talk about their cases. Absolutely. All right. Oh, I think it jumped. There we go. Tamara says it's a lot. I try to maintain all of her pages, but I do YouTube I need to focus on. Okay. So let me see if my article has loaded. There, it's loaded. So this is just a little, sorry, had to get a drink, and my cat is currently rolling around behind the camera on the bed there, trying to get my attention. So this is from people.com, and it is from January of 2024. I'm swatting ads. It won't go away. It says how a group of high school students, I thought they were college, high school students helped crack the Redhead Red Rum cold case decades later. The victims, most of whom were unidentified, were found dumped along major highways in Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi, and West Virginia. A group of Tennessee high school students are bringing to light a series of cold case homicides that have stumped law enforcement for more than 4 decades. The homicides, which were dubbed the Redhead homicides, because all of the victims had reddish hair, began in the late 70s. The victims, most of whom were unidentified, were found dumped along major highways in Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Mississippi, and West Virginia. It was believed that the offender was probably a trucker and picked up the women at truck stops and disposed of their remains in nearby states. But despite investigative efforts in the mid-80s, the homicides remained unsolved. The Elizabethton High School students work on the case, which began in the spring of 2018 as part of a sociology class, is now featured, once again, another podcast I'm going to have to watch, and is now featured in a 10-episode podcast called Red Rum, because I can't say the M word, Red Rum 101. So M 101 is the name of the podcast. Teacher Alex Campbell says that he brought the case to the attention of his students because he likes, quote, projects that get the students interested, projects where we can apply what we're learning in our classes. I had never heard about these homicides, even though I've lived here my entire life. They had these homicides, but nobody had ever come to a consensus whether there was a person responsible for more than one of them, or was there a serial offender active. The goal for students, he says, was to uncover whether the homicides were the work of one person. They even got the assistance of a former FBI agent who helped them learn how to profile a case. They saw a potential pattern in 6 of the 12 to 14 homicides attributed to the rash of homicides, and even helped identify one of the victims, Tina McKinney Farmer, according to Campbell. McKinney Farmer was found deceased on January 1st, 1985. Her strangled and bound body was discovered along Interstate 75 in Campbell County. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation was able to link DNA found at the McKinney Farmer crime scene to Jerry Johns, who passed away in prison in 2015 after being convicted in 1987 of the attempted homicide of a woman that he picked up, strangled, and then dumped along Interstate 40, which Interstate 40 runs from East Coast to West Coast. It runs right through the middle of Arkansas, basically. After pouring through investigative files and talking to former detectives, the students believe there is strong evidence to show that whoever took the life of McKinney Farmer was most likely took the life of Lisa Nichols, Michelle Inman, Elizabeth Lamott, Tracy Walker, and an unidentified Jane Doe named DeSoto County Jane Doe. There's plenty of evidence for it, says Campbell. A TBI spokesperson tells people that the investigation into the homicides of Michelle Inman Elizabeth Lamont and Tracy Walker, quote, remain active and ongoing. There is no evidence to indicate that Jerry Johns is responsible for the passings of Elizabeth Lamont or Tracy Walker, the spokesperson said in an email. Michelle Inman was just recently identified, so at this stage, agents are still pursuing new leads and gathering information about who she may have had contact with before her passing. Campbell says the students are hoping the podcast will bring attention to the cases and identify other potential victims. They want to spread the word to as many people as possible, he says. Get as many people calling in tips and things that they didn't say back then. New witnesses willing to speak up, political pressure, social pressure on groups to continue the work that needs to be done on these cases. Absolutely. We've got to hold whoever, if it's Jerry Johns or somebody else, they have to be held responsible for these women. Their families deserve justice. Amen. About his students' work, Campbell says the teens, quote, felt like these women didn't have anybody to speak for them, and that's why they were forgotten. So they wanted to speak for them, and they felt really attached. And some of them started saying they're almost like family. So they started thinking of them as their sisters. I'm gonna start crying again. These are guys. These are high school students. Look at, oh my goodness, high school students, and look what they're doing, and the compassion and the. I think that was the end of it. Oh my goodness. Yep. You know, a lot of people, you know, and I always say teenagers and young adults in their 20s, they're a different species, but with these high school kids, their compassion that they're showing for these victims and wanting to get justice, they get my vote. I'm definitely going to find that podcast. Let me go. What was it called? M 101. Was that one? Yeah. Red Rum 101 is the podcast. 10-episode podcast. I'm definitely going to check that one out. Okay, let me get caught up in comments because I think, yeah, that's all I had. Caught up in comments. Absolutely. ArcticFox says, Kimberly praying for justice for Durante. Absolutely. So Miss Timber said they're also on TikTok. I might have to find you on Facebook. I don't have TikTok or Instagram or anything. I have YouTube and I have Facebook, but I will find you on Facebook and YouTube. Oh wow. Miss Tamara said Nancy Grace did Olivia's cases also. That's awesome. I love you, Miss Brooklyn Squad. Your emojis and your enthusiasm. Love you. I'm gonna go check out Brooklyn Squad real life drama. I watched one video that you did, or live streamer video. I'm gonna go watch some more. ArcticFox said he also covered Olivia when she was missing. Outstanding. Yes, ma'am. Miss Barbara says, so sad about those families. Prayers. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, that is all I had planned for tonight. So, I'm babbling like I swear all I have in my drink is Coke. I promise. I'm slurring or can't talk like I've been, you know, having a little drinky drink, but I promise I haven't. All right, I'll get some of my shameless plugging out of the way. You guys can put in your last comments, goodbyes, any other questions, comments, whatever you want to put in. While I'm doing a little bit of I call my shameless plugging, and I'll get last comments, and we'll get out of here because between last night and tonight, my voice is about done for. I could sit and talk to you guys all night long if my voice would allow me to, but I'm losing my voice. All right, let me So, obviously, thank everybody who's been here, and I'll try to get to everybody that was here in chat. Thank you to everybody who is here in the chat, everybody who's watching replay. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit the like button on your way out or before you, if you're watching replay before you leave. I appreciate everybody so much who is here live, watching replay, everybody. No matter how you found us here, and I say us because Southern Gal True Crime is not just me, it's all of us. It's all the creators, the whole community, victims, families, everybody working together. So thank you, everybody. Once again, anybody who doesn't know, you can find me on Facebook at also Southern Gal True Crime. I have a group and a page. If you would like to help support the channel and the search and awareness for the missing, all my links are in the description box of the live stream and the description homepage of my channel. I think that's all my shameless plug-in. Let me get to oh, I lost my cursor. See, I made my cursor like a hot pink so I wouldn't lose it on my screen, and I'll still lose it. Oh, I almost really went into the dumpster. I almost hit in the stream already. Alrighty, I'm getting in. Yeah, Michelle's putting some of my donation links in. Thank you, Michelle. Oh, Dandy's back. Welcome back, Dandy. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed your live music concert, whatever it was you were doing. I want to know who were you seeing or what. You probably didn't hear, but we were talking about music earlier. I need sorry, shut my door. My cat left. He didn't learn how to shut the door behind him. I need a live concert. Me and my mom are going next month to see Three Dog Night. But anyway, welcome back, Dandy. Thank you. Yeah, get back to where I was in comments. Does Tamara know that we're all with you and thinking about you in spirit? She says she's been struggling. I understand, ma'am. We're here with you in spirit, in love, in our hearts, and our minds, and our souls. We're here. Thank you, Miss Barbara. Says thank you, good night, and sweet dreams. Thank you, Miss Barbara, for being here. Always a pleasure to have Miss Barbara here. It's a pleasure to have I'm gonna call you Miss Brooklyn right now. Brooklyn Squad Real Life Drama joined us. Thank you. I'm definitely going to go out, check your channel out some more, your content. Please, everybody, check out Brooklyn Squad Real Life Drama. All the other channels we've mentioned tonight: ArcticFox True Crime Web. Mr. Steve popped in earlier. I'm going to forget half of them. Think Tank, Miss Frankie, Mind of Monsters, Chris at the Mob Crew, Dave, our friend Dave, Al on the Prowl. If you're going to be up late tonight or early in the morning, he'll probably be on about, see, I'm Central Time, so he'll probably be on maybe around 1 or 2 a.m. Central Time. So if you're up, you can find most of these links in go to the homepage of my channel, scroll down to where it says visit our friends, and Mr. True Crime Web is there, Mob Crew, Dave's channel, Al on the Prowl is there, the Think Tank, Mind of Monsters, and Our Secrets. You can find all the links there also. Yep, I think Dandy says, sweet dreams. Everyone stays safe until next time. Thank you, Dandy. I hope you have fun. I think I probably already read that comment, but that's okay. Thank you, ma'am. Miss Brooklyn Squad said, thank you for spreading awareness and support the victims and families. Absolutely, ma'am. Thank you for what you do for your your channel. I'm honestly, sincerely mean it when I say I'm going to go check out all these channels. Your channel, go check out ArcticFox some more. Yep. Absolutely, Miss Tamara. says, thank you all for being their voice. Absolutely. Thank you, ArcticFox. Says, awesome live. Glad to have found your channel. I'm glad I found your channel too, sir. Like I said, now, especially since I found out you're a fellow Arkansan, that makes it even better. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it if you weren't from Arkansas, but that just adds the icing on the cake. Definitely check out ArcticFox True Crime, our new friend. Miss Barbara says, yep, thank you for everything, everyone for what you do. Absolutely. Bye, Miss Tamara. Thank you. Says she's got to go. Love you. Thank you so much. Love you too, Miss Tamara. I will PM you. Oh, thank you, Danny. Put Dave's channel in. Yeah, Dave will put it probably on sometime early, 1 or 2 in the morning. All right, guys. Thank you, everybody. Once again, everybody was here. Miss Barbara, Miss Christy, everybody. It'll take. I have to go back up. Thank you, everybody. You know who you are. I love you all. Everybody that was here. Everybody that watches replay. I'll be back Monday with the either video premiere or live stream of probably a video of a missing person Monday. So stay tuned for that. And so I will see you guys. Oh, should have been paying attention to what I'm doing, getting everything going. So I love you guys, and take care of yourselves. Be careful out there. Take care of each other. That's the most important thing we can do, is take care of our fellow human beings. Once again, I love all you guys. Everybody is in my thoughts, prayers, good vibes, and I'll see you later. Bye.